Welcome to season 2 of Can You Reach That?
Can you reach that?
We wanted to start off by saying, as much as we're excited to be back getting these shows done, the California fires that have raged havoc through the city has just been devastating. It's impacted so many lives. It's taken lives. So we definitely wanted to start off the show by listing some places that you can reach out, you can help. A lot of people are definitely in need of help. So redcross.org is definitely a place you can go to donate, and you can look up events, or if you need help, they offer help on there as well. You can also call 1-800-RED-CROSS, which is 1-800-733-2767, and you can even text CA Wildfires, all one word, to 90999 and make donations there as well.
Also, another site to donate or volunteer, lacity.gov/LAstrong. They're doing things all across the city to help people who have lost their homes in the wildfires. Anybody that's been impacted, if you wanna help out and participate, lacity.gov/LAstrong. Our condolences, our thoughts, and our prayers to anybody that lost their homes or loved one during this tragedy. Yeah,
it's been definitely rough just watching the news. It's hard. It's hard to see the people going through it. So definitely, if you're able to help, please help. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that'll be very appreciative of that help. So we'll list those sites on the description of the video. But definitely, if you're able to, please donate and
help where you can.
Can you reach that? You see that? Let's talk about it. Be that. Believe that. Let the people know that we see that and what they want to know. Can you reach that? Can you reach that? Now you're home. Can you reach that? Can you reach that? Cool.
Can you reach that?
Happy New Year to the viewer.
Happy New Year.
Let me ask you a question about Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Do you say Happy New Year or do you Happy New Year's?
New Year. New Year's Eve, but
right.
New Year.
So and I agree with that, because it is a little bit of a pet peeve when somebody says Happy New Year's. I'm like, what? Are you wishing me Happy New Year for multiple years at once?
Yeah, this is another year on top of the previous.
I don't know. It just
New
feels
Year's.
It feels weird. I mean, when you say New Year's Eve, that makes sense because it's a possessive, so it's the New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And if you say New Year's Day, it makes sense too, because New Year owns the day. It's a holiday.
But just New Year's.
But wishing somebody a Happy New Year's sounds weird.
Yeah, I want to wish you all the Happy New Years.
I want a happy New Year. Like, have a Happy New Year. This year, have a Happy New Year. It's a new year. I don't know why people put the S on there when they say it. I don't know. It goes along the lines when somebody says Happy Valentine's Day.
We're just terrible. We're just terrible.
There's no M.
The English language is
So yeah, for me, saying Happy New Year's is like when somebody goes, "What are you doing for Valentine's?"
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
yeah. I don't know what that is. So
I don't celebrate Valentine's Day.
I don't either.
I celebrate Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. I mean,
yeah.
Do you have a Valentine or do you have a Valentine's?
If there's more than one, maybe it's Valentine's.
Right. I'm having a good Valentine's.
Valentine's too.
Yeah, man. So I don't know, something about that always rubbed me when I hear Happy Valentine's. That's like me going, "Hey, Merry Christmases."
Yeah, all the Christmases. I want you to enjoy all the
From
Christmases
now until forever.
Yep. All Christmas past, all Christmas presents, all Christmas futures.
Happy St. Patrick's is his day.
Happy St. Patrick's Days. I don't know.
We're just gonna add
all of them to everyone.
Inappropriate S's all the time.
Put S's on. Yeah.
Happy 4th of July.
All the 4ths.
Because all the 4ths. Yeah, because you could be talking about the 4th, the 14th, the 24th.
All the 4ths.
And if you're stupid, the 34th. Ridiculous.
Don't insult the 34th.
I'll celebrate that on February 30th.
Yeah. It's a interesting start to the year though. It's already. I mean, there's been an interesting start to every year since 2020. I don't know. Something about this decade is.
It seems like the start of the year always says, "Oh, last year, hold my beer."
Hold my beer. Hold my beer. Let me show you something.
Yeah, let's just.
Man, going into 2020, I had high hopes. Even though, we had the pandemic looming at the end of 2019, it was like, nah, 2020 is going to be the year. And then 2020 came around and was like, nope. All right, well, 2021. Yeah.
2020 is
Not
such
quite.
there's just such a shadow because it was like you just hanging out in the house. Like you wouldn't, people wouldn't go
Pretty
out
much.
doing much, so it was just such a dark spot.
Yeah. 20 and 21 are kind of like anomalies because, like, those 2 years, I pretty much have forgotten about those 2 years. Like, it's been, even though we're at the beginning of 2025, like, it's been 5 years since. It doesn't feel like it's been 5 years.
Right.
It feels like it was 3 years ago.
2019, 2023.
Basically.
Yeah.
Like, it just kind of skipped.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, shit, we did go through a whole pandemic. And
Well, like you said, the start of 2020, it was looming. That we knew it existed. We knew about it. But we thought, hey, the hot weather is gonna kill it,
The
and
hot
it would
water.
just go away for the summer. And
why did we think that?
I don't know. Maybe put some bleach on it.
Yeah, the experts.
But it didn't pan out that way. So yeah, so it is definitely a clouded year for sure.
And then this bug that's going around now, man.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot of people.
Fortunately, I've been able to stay healthy in spite of. I had a couple family members that caught it. Had to take a couple people to the hospital.
Now, do you attribute your ability to avoid it? Because I again, I never got COVID. I mean,
Never ever.
ever.
Wow.
No, so I got flus, but every time everything was tested for COVID, it was always negative.
Right.
So I never got, as far as I know, never had it. Now, do you attribute, with this big flu going around and everything else, to eating dirt as a kid?
I mean, it helped build my immune system up, so maybe there's something to it. That hose water.
The dirt in the hose water?
The hose water. I don't know. But I mean, I say that facetiously because I know there's other people that got it too. But I don't know. I think just generally I have a
I feel like
pretty
maybe
strong immune system.
I feel like maybe the dirt and then you're washing it down with hose water. I mean, it's like taking a pill, right? You drink a little water.
Yeah, it's the exposure. Like the exposure is what it's the same thing. Like the reason they have all these vaccines and everything. Like it's this slight exposure helps you build up.
So what we're trying to say,
defenses.
kids, is go outside and shovel some dirt in your mouth and drink some hose water. You'll be fine when you're older.
Nah, I don't know. This water ain't the same. This dirt ain't the same.
It's not.
Nah.
It's not.
This ain't that 80s dirt, man. It's
When was the last time you drank out the hose? You're like, no, man. I need my.
I don't know.
I need my Voss water.
I don't be outside. I got turned on the filtered water. So when I was living in San Diego, like I was a huge tap water. Like water's water. It doesn't matter to me if it's bottled. Like just water. Just give me some water. I don't care if it's tap.
Right.
I don't care if it's filtered. All water was fine. When I was in San Diego, I drank tap water like it was cool. Like didn't notice the flavor of water.
Mm.
And then I moved to Orange County. Tustin had the tap water there, and it was different. It was a little different. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's because it was
tap water is definitely different.
further
in different places.
inland. But then, the municipalities, they do different
For sure.
processes and stuff. So then that kind of turned me on to filtered water.
Mhm.
Wifey's a huge bottled water advocate.
Right.
But then I'm like, bottles and all this other stuff, like, just get a filtration system. Got that under sink 7-stage filter.
Right.
Bruh, best water I've ever had. Like, that made me a water snob. Dead ass. So I'm like, what is this?
Right. This magic.
I need
sorcery.
I need this good water.
But it's true. I mean, tap water from varying places, it's different. I know when I go to the first, I really got turned on to it the first time I visited. But when I went to Colorado, my uncle stays on Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
When I went out there, he was like, "Hey, the tap water is not like not like you're used to. It's like it's drinkable. It's good. It's weird, but it tastes like filtered water, and their tap water tastes like something that's gone through filtration and is taken care of.
The natural filtration.
And so their tap water is perfectly on point. Now I've gone to other places where it's not. But yeah, I mean, so tap water is definitely a thing where growing up, like you said, it was like water's water.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I mean, in a pinch, I would definitely drink some hose water, but
Oh yeah,
it's like water fountain water. I'm not a fan of drinking out of water fountains now.
I mean, the fact that we knew as kids and you watch people where they slobber and put their mouth all over the water fountains and then let their dogs drink out of it. The parks especially, they let their dogs drink out of it. It's like,
I think those school water fountains were a conspiracy by adults to fuck with kids. Cause like, why couldn't they make the pressure? Like, why does the water
barely
only come
reached
out?
It barely reached.
Like, why do I got to French kiss the water fountain to get water?
Right.
Not cool. No.
Right.
Like, fucking make it shoot.
No, it's because one kid had chicken pox. He drank out there, and they were like, "Now to get all the chicken pox to get out the way. Give them all the fluid, get them out the way."
What do they call that? The herd immunity.
The herd immunity.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, no, I don't know what it was with school fountains, and then there was always that one. It was always the one good fountain somewhere in the school that actually shot up high. It shot
way high.
The water went way up. And I remember you remember those water fountains that were like sinks. There was like four spigots, and there was like this one
and you
porcelain
just turn
sink.
it up and it does the arc. Yeah.
And there was always like all of them, like you said, barely put out any water, but there was always the one that just like went all the way across that seemed to have all the pressure.
Do schools still have water fountains now? That's crazy.
Oh, you know what? I know the schools around here, they actually have bottle filler fountains.
I've seen those.
Yeah, so it's still tap water, but you can put your bottle up and it has like a button that you press into it and it dispenses. So, but I don't know about like full on water fountains.
So now I'm wondering, like, and now I don't even know if they do or not. Now I'm just basing it off of the old assumptions of the taste and everything of the water. Like, why can't they put a filter? Because nobody's gonna replace them. I was gonna say, why can't they put a filter into the water fountains to filter at least a single stage filter?
I'm sure they can, but then you have to rely on
somebody to come through and
groundskeeper Willie to come through and put a filter bin in there for like 19 years.
Yeah. But I say all of that to say I haven't gotten sick yet.
That there's a flu. I know there's a flu going around. There's that Nova virus, and there's a stomach thing going around too, where people are getting nauseous and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's hitting people hard. Taking my wife got sick. Took her down for 5 days. She said it was akin to COVID. We had COVID a couple years back. She was like, yeah, same thing. Body aches, headaches, loss of appetite, loss of energy.
That's one function that I don't ever want to deal with is loss of appetite, man. The only time I ever had that when I was food poisoned, and we talked about that. That's the Boston market crap. But yeah, like not having an appetite for me as someone who loves food.
Yeah,
that's the worst.
I could take it or leave it. I eat. I wouldn't say I love food. I eat. I love junk food. I love sugar. That's really what I love. I love sugar. So I will eat that.
I just like food, man.
So there's no end. Food is just food to me. I eat it because I have to. I don't really. I'm not a food connoisseur to where it's like, oh yes, I need. Now don't get me wrong. There are certain things that I can differentiate, but like
sit down with a nice $80 to $100 steak, and you can tell the difference between Sizzler and that, or is it just
probably not?
I could have gone to Sizzler and got this for $5.
To me, $15. In theory, now I would probably, and I think because I do it so infrequently, maybe
right.
That's why I can't tell.
Okay.
But if I had them side by side,
but I feel like that would be
because I've had. There's a spot up in downtown LA, Nobu X. They got a Michelin star now. We went for the homie's birthday. He likes to do it big, and it was a 8-course serving
right
that they had. Everything was like A5 Wagyu, the top 1% of the top 1%.
Right.
All the sushi, all the food, everything we ate was delicious. And that meat there, like I've eaten that. We've gone to the library. I've had the $100 steak. I've gone to Sizzler. I've had Mastro's. Like I've
right.
It's all steak to me.
See, that's the thing. I feel like if you don't do it frequently, it should be easier, right? If you're used to eating, and I know we're bashing Sizzler like a motherfucker right now.
I fuck with Sizzler, man.
But if we're eating Sizzler steaks and Denny's steaks, and you know what I mean, and you're eating those kind of like, as far as I'm concerned, probably frozen and microwave steaks,
right?
And then you go to a place like that, and you go to and you get like that nice good I feel like that's even more. You're like, oh, like what is this? This is amazing. Like, cause
Yeah.
you'd have that stark contrast between like that stiff, half burned, rubbery steak versus this like tender, juicy, buttery steak.
Yeah.
And you'd be like,
Which is
okay,
true.
I get it.
Yeah. There's definitely a difference.
Because
Like,
I
you can
can't
see
eat a
that.
sizzler steak.
It's
Don't get me wrong. Like if I want to just grab something, there's a sizzler around. Like I'll eat a sizzler, but I'm not gonna get a steak.
yeah.
Same thing as if I go to Denny's. Anytime I'm at Denny's, it's usually because it's like 2 a.m, 3 a.m, and it's open, and I'm typically ordering breakfast.
Getting some hangover food.
Yeah, I'm not ordering. I'm not like, hey, what's up with that that New York strip? No, I'm
Yeah.
like, just give me some bacon and eggs and some pancakes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all the same to me. I don't have a very I have a very crude palate. So, and again,
God, I love food. Just
sugar is
take
my
off
thing.
the seafood off the list, but everything else, yeah.
I fuck with all of that. I can't really tell. Like, I can enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. That's not to say that I don't enjoy a good steak. Like, I enjoy good food, but I'm not like, oh, because I've had this, like, I don't have a taste for Sizzler anymore. Like, I'll still go to Sizzler. Like, I'll go to fucking Mastro's on Thursday and then Sizzler on Friday. Like,
Word.
and still enjoy the Sizzler
Well, yeah,
steak.
because now you got to recoup the budget. You got to recoup the budget. You're like, all right, well,
I gotta
I
wait
dropped a C note on this steak yesterday, so I'm just gonna go buy this $15 joint today.
I gotta wait till payday before I can go back to Mastro's. Yeah, living like a king.
Pulling up to In-N-Out, talking about let me just get the what is it, the what do they call the one that's the Flying Dutchman, where it's just the patty, just the meat, no buns, and I'm just gonna pretend it's a steak.
Yes, it's Mastro's on the 1st and Sizzler on the 14th.
Word. So, talking food. I mean, that's my that's my language. That's my language. We talking food.
The language of love.
But being that it is New Year, a lot of people obviously do the New Year's resolution of I'm gonna lose weight, or I'm gonna eat better, or I'm gonna exercise. Are you a fan? Like, do you make New Year's resolutions? And if you do you keep them?
Man, that's I feel like that's an interesting topic for me. Old me and new me. Old me. My joke that I used to be when people ask my New Year's resolutions, I'm like, my New Year's resolutions is to not make any resolutions, and by making that resolution, I've already failed.
Right.
Because that in itself,
You just broke it.
is a resolution.
Yeah.
But I didn't used to.
And then you continue making resolutions to break it.
Right. I didn't used to put any emphasis into it. Now that I've gotten older, I've matured a little, I see the benefit of having resolutions, of having goals, basically.
Now, I've known
that you
old
set for
Coop
yourself.
and new Coop and mature a little more.
In some aspects, in some areas, As far as it comes to working on self, I definitely see life differently now. Before, you couldn't tell me shit. Like, I'm fucking damn near perfect. Like, I don't need to change. Like, I like the way that I am, good, bad, and ugly. Now it's like, okay, like, I don't have to. There are some things that I can learn to improve on. I can do things differently. It doesn't always have to be like that. And that was a complete mind fuck for me, because, to go 30 plus years of your life and not even recognize a awareness that you can change was just like, holy shit, I can do something about this.
Right.
Interesting. So yes, I do have New Year's resolutions. One of my resolutions this year is to not buy any pops. Actually, yeah, spend less money on pops, because
I have the same New Year's resolution, but I bought pops before I made said resolution. So yeah,
you did that end of year stock up real quick. Like, let me get these out of my system. Let me get this one last bump in before I quit cold turkey.
They dropped the Tupac with the California Love.
They did. I saw that.
Fit. So I copped that, and I copped the Biggie, the new Biggie with the
summertime vibes Biggie.
Yeah. So those are the two I copped at the start of the year. Pre-ordered. But I got enough pops. I think I'm good on the pops.
Yeah, same. I'm happy with my collection.
Pretty solid.
My collection is already way larger than, it's twice as big as I imagined it to be in the first place.
Indeed, same.
And now that I'm at that point, it's like, you know what? One, I don't even have the space to.
I started shuffling through because I think there's a few I'm gonna let go. I'm probably gonna post some up.
I ain't ready to start cutting down yet. I'm a buy and hold kind of guy. So I just have them right now. But yeah, I'm like the collection, and it's the same with shoes. I feel like I have enough at this point. Like me buying them now is just to buy them. It's not because I need them. And
Yeah,
I'm trying to get back more into a space of paying
shoes are
more
addicting too.
paying more attention to needs versus wants.
I
Because
just
I've really got, and I think a lot of it had to do with pandemic, that whole lockdown,
right.
not
It
being
does.
able to get
It
stuff.
gives you a different view.
After we got our freedom, it was like money, money. Like now I'm trying to catch
Spending.
up
Yeah,
and make up for all the stuff that I missed out on.
I agree with that.
And I think
agree
I'm
with
to a
that.
point now to where it's like, you know what? I feel like it's out of my system. I look back on it and I'm kind of like, all right, somewhat irresponsible, but at the same time,
Yeah, I just did the Kobe year of the snakes, so I got those. I did some Wolf Gray Kobe's as well, and I did the Legend Blue Jordan 11s.
11s, yeah.
So yeah, I've done some shoes. I ended up getting the chrome clog posits. Yeah, man.
And on. Yeah, I'm trying to again, like I was saying, this is gonna be the year. Like
Right.
I'm trying to make 2025 the year that I get back on my financial shit, because spend less and save more. Do
Yeah.
more. Be more intentional. Buy less liabilities and buy more assets.
Yeah.
Be more intentional about how I'm spending my money and not just buying things for that quick burst of.
I agree. And that's sort of along the lines, and not just that, not just for self growth, but also, we completed a full season. We did 21
Man,
episodes.
congratulations to you.
Congrats, man.
It's a big accomplishment.
But we've garnered some attention. We've been hit up on the side by a number of people about different collaborations and things like that. And we're gonna have some guests on the show this season as well. We've been doing some plans, but just some of the attention that we got, it made me realize that aside from self growth and changing the way I work my finances with buying pops and shoes and stuff, I want to put some more effort into building out what we do, and expanding CYRT beyond the podcast. So
Yeah.
I know we both have aspirations to set up some sort of a nonprofit to reach out and help for various reasons for people. So
Philanthropy is the end goal.
I'm looking forward to we've had some conversations, so I'm looking forward to some of those future projects that we have behind the scenes, and as they grow, we'll bring them out to fruition and
Yeah.
And talk about them more. But yeah, I mean that's something that definitely for New Year, and I do make resolutions and I generally keep them. Nobody's perfect. There's some that I make that I either forget that I made, or I just in life's path things happened.
Just wake up one morning and completely forget about it.
Yep, and then next thing you know, you got 400
Four-
pops at the door and a box of UPS, and
4 months later, you're like, oh, I was supposed to be, yeah, whoops.
yeah. So, but yeah, that's the interesting thing about New Year's. A lot of people make all these. Some people love the resolutions, they love it for the clout to say, especially with social media.
Yeah.
But 2 weeks go by and all is forgotten.
It's good. I like the habit of setting goals, but like it makes no point to set them and then never even, because they're like, if you really want to do something, like write it down, like you got to
Right.
manifest it. But it's like that's only one part of it, and I'm a very out of sight, out of mind kind of person,
I agree.
so I need a constant reminder to keep me in that space. So if I'm not, because literally I'll wake up one morning and completely forget whatever goals I had set for myself. Like I'm gonna work out, 4 days out of the
Because
week.
it's a new day, and you're just like, hey,
Something else will come up.
I'm about to go in.
Something will come up. I'll get sidetracked, and then before I know it, a week has gone by and I haven't worked out, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, when was the last time I worked out? Like, man, I got to get back on that. So like I myself need a constant visual reminder to keep me on task, because outside of it, I'll find other stuff to do.
Yeah.
So it's the same with the spending the money on the pops and the shoes and stuff. Like there was one point in time, and I think it was because I started getting more money. So I was like, oh, I got all this extra resources I can use to buy all of this frivolous stuff. And now it's like I'm trying to get back to a point, like I need to get my budget back on point, because again, at one point I had the budget set and I was like sticking to it and I had everything going. And within that budget, like there was money set aside for pops and for shoes and for entertainment and, doing stuff like that, taking trips. Like there was a set amount that was specified to go towards that. And then something happened and I got to a point to where it was just like, whatever's clever. Like I want it, I can get it, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
And now it's like, you know what? I've done that. I don't want to do that again this year. 2024 was enough of that. Like 2025, I'm trying to get my stuff back on point. Not to mention, who knows what the hell's going to happen with this new president that's coming in.
Right. That's a whole nother ball game, right?
Everything is up for question right now. Like I don't even know.
I just feel like inflation and prices of everything is just going to go up with the whole tariff.
Seems
it's
like
just not gonna. It's.
I don't see any relief coming anytime soon.
He has people on his side, not just people opposing, but people on his side that are telling him this is not a good idea, and seems pretty.
We'll see.
Determined.
We'll see. I can't get mad about it anymore. I can't waste the energy about it anymore.
At this point, it's just like I gotta look out for me and mine, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna live and adjust as we always do.
Now, once it comes knocking at my door and has an effect on how I can take care of me and mine, and that's going to be an issue.
That's a problem.
The talks about veteran benefits being cut, like that's, I don't know. To me, that's scary because, and don't get me wrong, I know people have talked about cuts before to services, Social Security. Like nobody wants to see that happen.
Yeah.
Medicare, nobody wants to see that happen. But like the demographics that's geared towards is more towards the older generation.
For sure.
Veteran benefits, like that affects different generations across the board.
Yep, 100%.
And there's a lot of veterans that have signed over their rights and given their life to this country to serve.
That's what I was gonna say. If there's anybody that you don't pull from, it's veterans.
That should be the one. That should be the one class, and not the only one class. But
I mean, you shouldn't be pulling away from, especially like things like Social Security and Medicaid and Medicare. You shouldn't be pulling that away anyways because people's lives depend on it.
They need it.
But veterans' health should be top.
Should be a top priority
because
it should be a top priority.
Some of those health issues and things that they're getting treated for were caused by their sacrifice for their country. I'd like to think that there's people within the government, there's people within power that know the ins, the outs, the laws, the Constitution, the policies, the everything, that would do all they can when it gets to certain aspects of civil benefits and things like that, Veterans Affairs and all that, to put a stop to anything that would have any hard effects. I mean,
in a
you
perfect
would hope.
world.
I mean, that's the reason that you elect these people to represent you.
It's supposed to be. It should be.
And and you can't have one person that has an ideal that it's that way or the highway. It has to be, that's why we have a government. It's not just a king.
Right.
That's a king says the law, that's the law.
And that's the law.
It has to be, like, hey, what best represents the constituents of each district, zone, demographic, whatever, right? And things are up for vote. This is what they want. So you can't say no. I know you want it. I know you voted for it, but no.
It's not in the best interest of the people. But I don't think they're fighting in the best interest of the people anymore. It just doesn't seem that way.
Unfortunately, it feels like they're fighting for the wealth of their own.
Right.
Period.
Because like the certain, and there's always topics that come up for discussion: education, healthcare, Social Security. Like it's the same immigration. Yeah. It's the same social services that should be bipartisan initiatives. Like they should be bipartisan concerns. But for some reason, they're at odds in. One side feels that they're necessary. One side feels that they're not. It's like, if you ask me across the board, like everybody works, for the majority, everybody in this country works for at least 40 years of their life. And they don't deserve anything from that.
Right.
They don't deserve anything for contributing to the system for 40 years.
Right.
That they've paid their taxes. They've paid into
a
their
voluntary tax system that if you don't voluntarily do so, you'll be arrested.
There will be repercussions. That's not voluntary.
Right.
If you tell me that's like the mafia telling me it's voluntary for you to pay me these protection fees.
Or you can sleep with the fishes.
Sleep with the
see?
fishes.
Yeah.
see?
So
Yeah, so it's like, don't tell me it's voluntary when it's when you can lock me up for not participating.
100%.
You can take my property because I didn't participate.
You can take your freedom
Yeah, that's
for
not
not
voluntary.
participating. That's not voluntary.
It's not voluntary.
So
Just go ahead and eliminate that from your vocabulary and just call a spade a spade. Like stop giving us this double talk bullshit. Just be straight. If you don't want to take care of the American people, then fucking just say that.
yeah.
If you want to have
If you only want to make things so that the rich people can become richer and become wealthier,
yeah,
have more stuff, then just say that that's what we want to do.
you have the elite class and then you have the peasants. Like that's this gap that we have between the rich and the poor. Like that's what it's leading to. The middle class is getting squeezed out every day because it's not. You're a lot of people are one paycheck away from being poor.
Yeah. And the crazy part is that like what we're speaking on right now is not an unpopular like view on things. It's not an unpopular opinion to think that, hey, wealthy people getting wealthier and us getting poorer, this is bad. The only people who are saying that it's not bad are the wealthy.
Right.
The wealthy people, the ones buying their way through elections and using their wealth to interfere with other countries' elections and using their wealth to intervene and influence across the globe.
Yeah.
That's not right. It's not right.
Billionaires have always had an influence in government, but they've had the influence behind the scenes. It was behind closed doors.
Right.
It was meetings that we weren't privy to, and now they're just outright in your face about it.
Yep.
I mean, for the incoming president to literally be like, "Hey, if you got $1 billion, come talk to me. I'll let you do whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
We'll fast track everything.
We don't need regulations.
Fuck your regulations.
We don't need environmental this or that. We'll just pass it through.
Money talks.
Just give me money.
If you got money, we'll both get rich off of this. We'll do it off the backs of the working class and the economy.
And right after he said
the
that, you saw
ecosystem.
all the big corporations and the single off billionaires and millionaires all sit there and go, "Hey, sure."
Right.
They start coughing up cheese.
And it's unfortunate because a lot of times people say money is the root of all evil, which is a misquote because it's the love of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
It's not actual money that's the root of all evil.
Yeah.
It's the love of money that's the root of all evil. And it's unfortunate because to me it seems like the people who actually want to help aren't interested in money. But in order to help, you need money.
Yeah.
And the people that want money, all they're interested in money and they're not interested in helping.
When you have $400+ billion
It's unnecessary.
and you're not sitting there going, "Oh, California is burning. Let me use my wealth that I'll earn back within mere days to go towards helping
Yeah, like
families and people." Like that dude could literally give each of those families $1 million and it wouldn't even
wouldn't even have an impact
that's like me and you having a change purse.
That's like just the interest alone off of having that much wealth can be used to help in so many ways.
100%.
You don't even have to touch your wealth to do that.
Yeah.
Just the interest that you get from that. If
Yeah.
you're earning 5% of 400 billion,
That's what I'm saying.
That's a lot of fucking money.
They can just go. He could just go through. He could literally give every family that lost a home, that's in the middle and lower class. He could say, "Here's $1 million to go buy another house, get resettled in," and he could easily.
yeah. But that's not what people are interested in. People are interested in self.
If he does
Which is
that,
cool.
that's not him making money. That's him spending. He
That's
doesn't
him
want to do
spending it, and
He
nobody
doesn't
wants
wanna
to. Everybody just wants to make money. Even when you see these corporations, like there's never a point, and I haven't seen it yet. But like, and if you can think of one, please let me know. But like, I have yet to see a business who is like, "Hey, we've made this much profit. There's no need for us to make any more." It's like, no, hey, we cleared $1 billion this year. Next year, we're trying to double that. Next year, we're trying to it's always in pursuit of more.
The only example I can think of, and it's a small example, but Arizona tea. is the only example where
Shout out to the real MVP, Arizona iced tea.
they refuse to change the price of their
99-cent cans.
and they get if they find
And they
out
get
that,
crap for it.
well when yeah exactly because you could be making so much more money and they're
It's
like
not
we're
about
making
making
enough
money.
money we're
It's
making
not
enough money
about-
we're profitable. Until they're not profitable, they're not going to raise the price. And I've heard stories about how people have gone to like gas stations and whatnot, and it says 99 cents on the can, but gas
They'll mark
stations
them up.
they'll charge $2, $3 a can,
Yeah.
and sometimes even go as far as sticking a sticker over the 99-cent thing.
Yeah.
And when Arizona finds out about it, they take action. Like, we'll pull the product from your shelves. Then if that's the case, you're not supposed to be upselling our product. It's 99 cents for a reason. So that's the only example I can think of a company kind of saying, "Hey, listen, we're profitable. There's no need for us to kind of raise the price." And a lot of people might look at Costco with the hot dogs in the food park. I don't look at that one as that because they do that because they're making billions elsewhere.
Right.
That store profits beyond means. So the fact that they don't change the price of the rotisserie chicken and the hot dogs in the food court, I don't count that.
Good on them for doing it though.
The Arizona tea, that's a whole nother.
That's definitely a good one. And there should be more companies like
But more
that.
companies should.
And I know they're not the only company. There's unfortunately there's just not a big
Right.
presence
Right.
for companies that are doing that because as far as the shareholders are concerned, everybody wants more money.
The crazy part is there's probably a lot of smaller companies, mom and pops types, independent companies that probably do something similar that hey, we're profitable. There's no need for us to keep overcharging or raise the prices every year or do this.
Right.
But like you said, it's like
A big corporation. We need to hear from
The-
a Fortune 500 company.
because the crazy part is those companies could probably use the markups more because they're a smaller company.
Mhm.
So marking up and making that bigger profit would make them even more successful and potentially put them on a bigger stage.
Right.
But the fact that they have that moral ground is admirable. But the bigger corporations, the Nikes, the even Costco, even just Walmart, places like that, the fact that they just like, no, we're gonna squeeze as much as we can. We want the juice, we want the pulp, we want the seeds.
All of it.
So,
Run your pockets. This is a motherfucking stick up.
and that's exactly what they do. So,
And we fall for it every time.
Yep.
They feed us some propaganda bullshit and we're like, that's true. And it's not. But whatever.
So deviating a little bit from this topic, I know we went into it, but and it does relate.
It's a trigger. It's a trigger point.
Overpriced stuff. There's a lot of things that I feel, and there's always the cop-out excuses for overpricing, but and this might lead into our new segment because we're unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinions.
So Cane's Chicken. First and foremost, I feel the price point's just not good.
I don't feel like the price point of any fast food is good at
That's
this
true,
point.
dude. It's not just Cane's for that,
It's not. The fact that I can go to Chili's and spend less money there than I do at McDonald's.
dude. Like a Big Mac meal is like $15, $16
now.
and I can go to Chili's.
That used to be $5.
Chili's gives you get an appetizer, a burger, a side, and a drink for $11. And it's
with service.
With service, and it's higher quality food
Right.
than a McDonald's. It's supposed to be the quick, cheap, easy.
Right.
It's
Not anymore.
But no, but circling back to Cane's, and I'm not going to single Cane's out for the price, but I will single them out for the unpopular opinion, and that is, and I get grief for this, it's not good. It's chicken. When we're talking taste, I'm sorry.
They're at the bottom of the list.
It's not good. It's the single most bland, unflavorable chicken I've ever eaten from any establishment. It's just
But
and
the sauce.
yeah, I was gonna say, and the fact that they have to rely on a sauce, but
Which is
it's
just-
about the sauce, but
which is just ketchup and mayonnaise.
and yeah, and I feel like it's a ketchup, mayonnaise, maybe a little bit of black pepper. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Right.
The sauce is not great, and the chicken is bland. And I'm sorry, the other side that I get from people, but the Texas toast. I'm like, you're going to a chicken place and you're
For the
boasting about the
toast?
toast.
Right.
Sorry, it's not it.
Yeah.
It's not it. And I know it's very unpopular. I'm sure a lot of people will beg to differ, but I'm sorry, that chicken is bland and flavorless. Prove me wrong, Canes.
I would have to agree. I remember when I got introduced to it, and the first thing I thought
All
was,
that hype, too.
What is this? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's good. I eat it. I go there. I do get. It's convenient.
I see. I don't even go. There's a couple around. There's so many other options. I bypass it every time. I don't care.
I'll go. I mean, it's not terrible. But
If I'm
as far as flavor goes,
if I'm somewhere and there's nothing around, there's a Raising Cane's, I'll eat it. It's food, right?
Yeah.
It's not that it's like you said. It's not that it's bad chicken. It's chicken. It's just
There's just better options.
There's just no flavor.
There's
It's just bland. Yeah, it's crispy. Yeah, it's juicy. It's also got no flavor.
Like Popeyes is top dog for me. Nothing compares to Popeyes. And I say that not throwing shade to Louisiana chicken, not throwing shade to churches. It's just it's been a very long time since I've had their chicken.
Right.
So I really don't remember what they taste like. But as far as what's available,
Popeyes is good.
Popeyes is top tier for me.
Popeyes is good.
But I love chicken.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Love me some chicken.
Yeah. No, it's unpopular, but I'm sorry, Canes, and if somebody from Canes wants to come out and prove me wrong, maybe I had a bad experience because I've only been twice, and it was the same establishment, so maybe that was the bad place.
Nah, I don't think.
If they want to try to prove me wrong, go for it. But right now,
have any different experiences.
bland and flavorless.
And I don't feel like that's throwing shade to Canes or nothing like that. It's just
facts.
That's a different kind of chicken for a different kind of person. A person that's not into seasoning.
If you don't like seasoning,
yeah, Canes is good. Canes is
go
your
to
chicken.
Canes. That should be their motto.
Chicken.
If you're tired of all this flavor,
if you're tired of all this
seasoning,
seasoning,
you're tired of lemon, what's a lemon pepper? What's a habanero chili? What's a buffalo? Does buffalo really make sauce? If you're tired of all that nonsense, come to Canes. Where we have nothing but flour and it's fried, and that's it. We take our chicken, we flour it, and we fry it, and that's it. There's no salt. There's no pepper.
Yeah.
There's no seasoning salt. There's no Lowry's. There's none of that up in here.
That's what the sauce is for.
So,
yeah, definitely at the bottom of my list for chicken.
So that's
like I'm Chick-fil-A over Canes.
I'm not even a Chick-fil-A aficionado. I'm
again, Popeyes is my number one.
Yeah.
I eat them all.
My biggest beef with Chick-fil-A is and yes, beef with Chick-fil-A.
Eat more chicken.
Them sandwiches are soggy as man. You get come on, man.
First off,
that bread comes out wet.
First off, let me say shout out to Chick-fil-A for being the pioneers of the chicken movement, because they was talking this shit 10 years ago, and now if you really I started looking around the other day. There's so many chicken joints now.
For sure. No, I agree.
You got Dave's Hot Chicken.
They tried to kick it off, and I think they have the reputation of being like sort of the in and out of chicken.
Like they were the first.
But
that I can think of.
The other options that are out there, there's a lot of options out there much better. And I'll be a little bit of an advocate for Wingstop's chicken sandwiches, because you can choose any of their seasonings for your patty, for your chicken. They've mastered the craft of very crispy outside chicken, very juicy inside.
Yeah.
And the bun don't get all mushy and spongy.
Soggy.
You know what I mean? It's
man, that
Chick-fil-A fries is cool.
Now all I'm doing is thinking about chicken. Dave's Hot Chicken. Have you had Dave's Hot Chicken?
Dave's Hot Chicken's cool.
I fuck with them. They're extra on the seasoning though.
They are.
Like you get I got a medium.
Yeah.
Or their regular hot. Their regular hot is crazy hot.
Yeah.
Like I can't eat both of them at the same time. I gotta get a hot and a medium to eat it all in one sitting.
For sure.
Because that hot just keeps. I'm like, oh my god. No.
That's the like when I go to Wingstop, like I love the mango habanero.
Yeah.
Because it's got that sweet tangy, but mixed with that heat.
That heat.
But it's also sticky, messy.
Yeah.
But my other go to is the Louisiana dry rub. It's not overly hot, but it's got a good flavor and good spice.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Man, I used to love me some Hooters wings.
Hooters wings were good. Yep. We used to get, I think I told you, we used to get the bacon wrap joints there.
Yeah.
The bacon wrap joint wings.
Back in the day, Hooters wings were my shit.
So, but I, sorry, Canes. Sorry, but not sorry.
It's all right, Canes. We still love you.
Popeyes, yeah, I'll go with you on that. Popeyes is good.
I started fucking with their chicken wings. They got their chicken wings now.
Yeah.
Been trying out all the different little sauces.
I remember back in the day, man. I used to go Popeyes. My go-to, the 2 tenderloin meal. It was just quick, fast, and easy. You get the 2 tenderloins, the fries, the biscuit, and the drink. That was my biz.
Keep it moving.
That was my biz.
Yeah, man. Chicken is the new beef.
So, well, hey man, season 2 is well underway.
Bruh,
I'm glad to be back. I mean, it's not like we ain't kick it, in between. But I mean,
Still.
as far as doing the show and the responsibility that comes with,
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm here for it.
I'm back. We back. I'm loving it.
Another 20 weeks of great conversations, great topics,
and some more unpopular opinions.
some more unpopular opinions,
We'll
some more
definitely,
talks about music.
And with the unpopular opinion talk, if anybody out there has an unpopular opinion, shoot it in the comments or DM us, and maybe it's something that we'll bring up because you might have an opinion that you think people don't agree with, or you think everybody does agree with, and we don't. And
Unpopular
we can
opinion.
bring that up and we can talk about it.
Pepsi's better than Coke.
Unpopular opinion. I don't even drink soda, so I have no stake in the game any longer. Back when I did drink soda, though, it was Coke all day.
Yeah, see,
It was Coke all day.
Pepsi got that sugar in it. Coke will fuck your insides up. Coke,
Pepsi will fucking like soda in general.
but it's gentler.
No.
Coke over here eating corrosion off of batteries.
I heard that Pepsi gives you mad cow disease, and I saw that on Coke's website.
Oh shit!
And with that, can you reach that?
Can you reach that?
Can you reach that?
Can You Reach That? Brought to you by Double One Entertainment in Coopersville. Hosted by Tango and Coop. And created and edited by Tim Greenlee and Brandon Adolphus. Music, sound design, and editing by Michael B. That's me. Visual art and graphic design by Jonathan Greenlee. Additional visual design by Timothy Greenlee.